Hey, everybody. Good morning. I'll move over here, maybe. Okay. No. Go inside. Inside. You go inside if you can't handle it. No. Back. Stay until you can be quiet. You be quiet out here. Shush. Shadow? Nobody wants to hear that. No. Right? Nobody wants to hear that. Settle. Hey, y'all. I'm just getting situated. What did I do? Alrighty. I feel like hi, Shadow. Let me fix this lighting situation. I just got coffee all over me. Okay, I've got to change my tank top before that stains. Hi, good morning. I've got to go inside and change my shirt really quick. I can't see you. I can see that you're on. I just can't see who you are right this second. I just got coffee on my tank top, so hold on. Change. Oh, shoot. I'm going to tell you guys a funny story in a second. Let me just put a shirt on. I don't have a shirt on. Okay, whatever. I'll just put this shirt on because I can't figure that one out. Sorry. Hi, everybody. I guess I'll just be right here. Okay. Let's see who's on right now. Hi, you guys. Joe, Michael, Dakota, Della, Rhea, Hengel, Kev, the Monk, Raging Bull, Chinos, Joe Gonzalez, John, Joe, Texas. What did I just do? Okay. Hi, everybody. I hope I did flash the stream. So, you guys, I got to tell you this story. Once in a great while, I make the mistake of thinking I should go on a dating site. No, I'm not married. I don't have a favorite song. You're not liking the stripes. Sorry. I can put a jacket over it. Um, so I thought I would go. What's going on? I thought I would go on um, a dating site and just see what like maybe go out to dinner with someone. I don't know. Go explore something. I don't know. It just seems I don't Joe, honestly, I do not care if people are rude. Just completely ignore them. I sure do. They help the chat stream. So I went on a dating website, and the problem with that is that sorry guys. The problem with that is that I don't feel um safe putting my pictures out there. So what I did was I went to a uh, one of those AI websites that'll take your picture and put you in different scenes, basically, make you, because I don't really have any pictures of me. And so just to try it out, I went and put up some AI pictures that basically look like me. And I don't know if that's what it was, but my account got shut down and flagged for fraud. So I don't know if I should expect like SWAT to come knocking on my door and drag me to jail for putting up AI pictures on a dating website. But I mean, they look just like me essentially, but it's enough plausible deniability that if someone saw me out in public and said, "Hey, aren't you from that dating website?" I'd be like, "Nope." But, you know, so I don't know. I'm probably not going to do that. I'm probably not going to go on any dating sites. That was it for me. Okay, let's see. I'm not on Plenty of Fish. Streaming is different than going on a dating app with people in your same city. Thank you, Michael and Ron. There's a lot of problems in America right now, isn't there? It's just so disgusting. I am Veritas. Thank you so much, honey. Catfish prevention? I guess so. I mean, but I sent them a picture of me, like a selfie, and they look just like the pictures of from AI. So I don't know. AI put some really amazing clothes on me though. No striped tank tops. The real men are all like old men now, guys. The old men, like I used to like older guys, but now the older guys are like older than me, or I mean younger than me. And guys younger than me, they look to me like they are toddlers. Do I date black men? I don't date any men right now. Let's see. How's my day going, Jason? Fine so far. I actually have I have to go pick up some people at the airport and drive them up the mountains. Yeah, thanks. I am Veritas. I don't know. I mean, I'm not really looking for love because I guess because I don't think I'm going to find it. And I know that you don't find it when you're looking for it. No, I'm not married. Buddy, what are you doing? Thank you. Thank you, Joe. You guys want to see who I hang out with every morning besides you guys? There's Shadow. Shadow, buddy. Hi, buddy. You're a good boy. Hold on, I think my camera needs a little wipe. Where is it? Uh-oh, what'd I do? There we go. This is Buddy. He got a little spider bite on his chin. It's spider hatching season around these parts. Shadow. 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 Hi. What's he doing? Are you just waiting for other dogs to come by? Shadow Wolf 5420. Yeah. So my son named the dogs. He's like, I've always wanted a dog named Shadow. I've always wanted a dog named Buddy my whole life. Thank you guys. Yes, this is called Coffee with Dogs. Hi, Nasir. How are you? I usually put you guys over there, but it seems like it's kind of far away, and the contrast between sunlight and shade is too much. See, here's the thing. On the stream on my phone, for me, it cuts off right here, but you guys can see like all the way down to here. So you've got this whole part right here of just big striped boobs. I'm so sorry. That's funny to me. Oh, wow, that's interesting. If Veritas, what's that called? Heterochromia or something like that? Or homochromia? Homochromia? Thank you, Milkman. Are you my daddy? Oh, hold on, okay. Where I'm monitoring just went into reload mode. Hold on one second. Man, that sun is hot today. It's only, what time is it? It's 8:14 here. And it is hot. It's a scorcher. Let me go back to the chat. You are my father. Heterochromia. Oh, yeah, because hetero to other opposite something, right? Ah, I don't know what the temperature is going to be today, but I guess I came out earlier the other day because the tree was covering the sun. You're in Toronto? Yes, I'm in Nevada. Nevada, USA. Yes. I braid my hair at night so it gets all these funky waves in it. Someone called me a hippie. Actually, a couple people called me a hippie. Like, do I look like a hippie? I get called a Karen. Someone told me I look like Jill Biden. I mean, I don't know if they're trying to be funny, which it is, or if they're trying to offend me, which I'm not. What's up, 1017? How you doing? Hi, Barbar, Rajesh Barbar. Nevada is one of the most unpopulated states for good reason. Not a lot going on here. Not a lot going on in Nevada. But I get to drive up to Lake Tahoe every day. I was up there. Oh my gosh. So you guys, I was up there, what was it? Not yesterday, but the day before. Um, Cougars are older women who look to date younger men. That's not me. Although in theory, younger men are great. They're good for people their own age or younger. For me personally, when I was younger, I liked older men. And now the older men are like really old men. I mean, the older men I was attracted to were only in their 40s, 50s, right? And now those men who used to be older men are now toddlers. When I see like a 35, 40-year old, because Joseph, I knew you were coming on. I was ready. Hey, Joseph. So going up the mountain, it's about an hour there, an hour back. Not quite, but just roughly speaking. And I tried to show you guys yesterday by going live, or Sunday when I was up there. But like just as I was about to turn the phone around and show you the most beautiful place where I was, uh, the service cut out and the live stream went into suspend mode. Thank you, Rajesh. So I didn't get to show you guys where I was. I'll try again today. So I'll probably do it on my other live stream, actually, which is called hold on, I'm going to type it in here so you can just go there if you want to. Because I do, that's my other channel. No, not married. So when I go up there and go and live stream, because I'm going to drive someone up there, so I'll be able to hang out and wait to get a good shot before I drive back down. The other day, I stop. Shadow? No. Go inside. Hold on. Go inside. If you can't handle the excitement of the out of doors, go. Go. Then be quiet. I can't see shit. No, I'm not married. I never found my Charles Ingalls. That's all I wanted was a little house on the prairie and a bunch of kids, some animals and stuff. Rajesh, I figured. I figured you were Indian by your name. I cannot. Oh, to just become a memory. I should have put on a bikini top. This tank top is hot. Maybe tomorrow. Come back tomorrow. Let's see what we can do here and give you a little view of the place. What you looking at, Shadow? You're just waiting? He's just waiting. I can't really see very well what I'm showing you, so I won't do that anymore. Yeah, so I've got to leave here. Thank you, Shadow Wolf. I've got to leave here. I think the pickup is at 10:30. It takes me it's at 10:20. It takes me about 10 minutes to get to the airport. What's out there? Oh man, it's fucking hot. I'm gonna move my location. Grab your coat and get your hat. Leave your worries on the doorstep. I'm gonna go inside. This is gonna look weird for a minute. Just direct your feet to the sunny side of the street. Can you hear that pitter pat? In the something step is your step. Life can be so sweet on the sunny side of the street. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Where did I put you yesterday when I came in here? I just want to wash my face. Oops. Let's do that. I'm not ready for the world yet, you guys. And I don't know where to put you. Look at this. This is Peter. He hangs out in my bathroom. Hi, Hugo. Hi, ice cream. This is my friend Peter. Okay, so like I said, I'm really trying to wash my face here. Oh, I'll put you in my toothbrush holder. Hold on, darlings. So tell me, what are you guys up to today? Can you hear me? What are you guys up to today? I'm just feeling pretty crusty here for a second. So I needed to wash my face. I wasn't even really going to come on today because but I wanted to just say hi. You're doing nothing? Yeah, me too. My Aunt Flo came to visit. Does anybody know what that means? That's a horrible angle. Oh, it's just fine. But now I've got something in my eye. Probably cat hair. Okay. All right. I'm up. Yeah, so the other thing about this dating thing, right? I told you guys how I use some AI pictures of me as my pictures, and maybe that's why they suspended my account for fraud, even though the pictures looked essentially like me. I just didn't want to put real pictures of myself up there. I wanted them to be an element of like ambiguity, anonymity, autonomous. No, what is it? Something. Hey, Evie. And so, I should show you guys the pictures. I didn't want to put pictures of myself up because I don't want to run into someone in this town who sees me on a dating website. And um I mean, it's not like Tinder or something. It's just for adults in my city. And I just don't want to be recognizable. So I put up pictures that look similar to me, but not exactly like me. Like if I, put on the clothes and put some concealer under my eyes and, you know, did my hair. And I said I was 43. Okay, hold on. Now remember, you're looking at me like right when I got up and washed my face, okay? I'm 53. But here's the thing. If someone's out there looking for a 53-year-old, first of all, I'm almost 54. They're, first of all, I'm told all the time I look way younger. Thank you. So I think it's weird to put up that I'm 53 when people are always telling me I look younger. Secondly, the difference between a 43-year-old and a 53-year-old is big because a lot of the times 43-year-olds still have kids at home, which I do. So if someone's looking for a 54-year-old, they're assuming they're an empty nester, they can travel, they've gone through menopause, like all this stuff. Me, no. I'm on my period right now. I'm still fertile. I'm like a 43-year-old. So socially, physically, biologically, you know, thank you, Michael. That's exactly what I'm saying. So, when I went to verify my profile, I sent them my ID. So my age doesn't match the age that I put. Maybe that's why. And there's no way to change your age on there. So I couldn't be like, oops, see, it was a mistake and let me change it. It was like, well, how do I change it? Oh, we can change it for you. Okay, oops. Ice cream works at UPS, right? Promo credit. Timu. I just bought something from Timu and I'm returning it because thank you. Yeah, right. So I'm saying if they're mad that I lied on my profile, plus I'm like super immature. I don't think I come across as a fucking 55-year-old. I dated a guy who was 18 years younger than me. And I mean, it was fine. We dated for 2 years. I knew it was only going to be 2 years because I knew we weren't going to get married and stuff like that. So I had a limit. I'm like, oh, you do work for Amazon. I had a limit. So I'm like, 2 years and I'm out because I don't want to spend the rest of my life with someone I'm not going to have a long term thing with. And I felt like he needed to go find someone his own age. He kept saying he didn't want to have kids, didn't want to have kids. I'm like, yeah, you probably do. If you met the right woman your own age, you probably do want to have kids. So I cut him loose after 2 years, and he immediately started dating his neighbor. So, and I think they're still together. So it worked out great for them. Um, And, I've dated a couple of guys, but like I said, it's like men my own age or older are like really old men at this point. And it's like the older they get, the creepier they get, the grosser they get. And then young guys to me are like, they look like toddlers. Yes, you're very young. And the other thing is, I've trained enough men in my life. I don't want, I'm going to train someone else for some other woman. Not interested. I have done my job. I like literally, I don't even know. I guess it depends on the guy. Exactly, right? They're a good couple. They're good for each other, meant to be. She wasn't particularly beautiful though, and this is when I was like 48 or something, and I was like literally in the prime of my life. I never looked better than I looked in my like mid 40s, mid 40s to 50s. I will again. It's just I need to go work out. I just need to go for a walk on a regular basis. Exactly. I get you, Michael. Like, exactly. Old souls. Um, but I didn't like being the older woman either. I like being the younger woman. I like being the arm candy. I wasn't raised in an age where, like, I'm not interested in beta males. And most younger guys, they don't have toolkits. They don't have their own friggin' tools. Do we have a hammer? I don't know. Do you? I do. Do we have a level? I don't know. Do you? I do. I'm an adult. I have tools. Oh no. Evie's only 11. Buy one tool a month, Evie. Then you'll have a crap ton of tools. You have a boyfriend that's 13. Okay. Oh, you're a country boy. See, that makes all the difference to me. Country boys are more mature. They have guns, they've got tools, they know how to wrangle, they know how to ride them, cowboy. So, hi, Monkey Gaming. How are you, darling? Yeah, country boys are good. And that's all I wanted. I just wanted a country boy. I wanted my paw, right? Charles Ingalls. Well, I isolate now. I never meet anyone. I figured maybe one day it would be like one of my clients or something. Hi, yes, monkey, I know. Georgia. Georgia? Y'all got bugs in Georgia. You got mosquitoes and humidity. I function best above 6,500 feet above sea level. Elton John. I mean, not Elton John. John Denver. You're Oh, okay. Well, that's nice. Here's the thing, Evie. Okay, I actually know someone whose best friend married his sister. Same situation as you. And it was hard for the BFF relationship to continue because of the marriage. So I hope that works out and I hope you guys can remain BFFs if you guys stay together. And do stay together. You know this person, they're young now. You know them and you'll know everything they go through for their whole life. And that's what you want in a partner. You want to know who that person is. So, you know, stay in that situation you're in if it's non-toxic. Just stay put. Gnats. Oh, those no-see-ums. Monkey gaming in California. Yeah, I had to bail out of California. I'm from the Midwest originally. I've lived in so many cities, but we finally and I love California. And I kept moving there and moving out and moving in and moving out. And when I left, I'm like, I'm missing it all. Everything you want is in California. And then I'd go back to California and be like, ugh, ugh. Yeah. Yeah, I have lived in Michigan, as a matter of fact. I lived in Canton, Michigan, and I lived off of 8 Mile in Livonia for a hot second. Yes. Well, happy anniversary, Titan. Yeah. And, I homeschooled my kids and we moved around a lot. So they don't have the opportunity to really have those young relationships, but my son is now in college. Maybe he'll meet someone in college. And my other son is only 14. And we've been here where we are now for about a year and a half. So maybe he'll meet someone here. He's in Civil Air Patrol and he's bored with it, but there's some good people there, I think. Other homeschoolers. There's actually a girl there that I think they'd be perfect for each other, but he's not particularly attracted to her at this point, which makes sense. Well, he started when he was 13 and she was almost 12. So they're a year apart. Yay! He'll meet someone. I don't know, these days he's a homeschooler. Homeschoolers are different and they have higher standards. I'm going to just say that. He needs to meet another homeschooler. Awesome. Wow, that's cool. We got to try our best, right? You got to match make. The best relationships I ever had, I was match made by my friends. My mom match made me one time and that wasn't a good match. If someone's not a good picker for themselves, don't let them match you with someone. Um and I'm not a good picker for myself. So if I had friends, they could match me with someone that they knew and I would believe that that was probably a good match. I don't have friends though. I mean, like just a couple not real friends, like just texty things. Yeah, that's good. Keep it up, girl. Just what does dating mean when you're your age? Do you actually like go out for dinner or do you go to movies? Or you just hang out? Oh man. I mean, I never really wanted my kids to go into the military as a mom because it's scary. But then when it was like the only thing, not the only thing, but his main special interest in life is airplanes. He knows every plane in the sky. He's flown planes, and he has the high-end simulators with the pedals and the um, joysticks and like the he can do it in VR if he wants to, but he's got like the F-18 and I don't know, he's got a bunch of different planes. He spends his Christmas and birthday money on high-end simulators that cost him like over $100 for a program. And it's the kind, it's the kind of simulator where it takes you 20 minutes for your pre-flight checklist. It's every button works, every toggle, every button works. So now he's like, well, first of all, he just turned 14 in May. He's bored with Civil Air Patrol, but he's only 14. Maybe he'll want to go back to it if I let him take a break. He wanted to go into the Air Force, but yes, we're American and patriots. At this point, I can't really say we're necessarily, I shudder to say, proud Americans. I am proud to be an American, but I'm not proud of America right this second. I'm proud of the side of America that's trying to fight for our freedoms. I'm proud of patriots. Um, Correct. Yes. I've learned about how he'll need a sponsor from Congress or Senate, or a letter from the President of the United States, I think. Um, but he's kind of having second thoughts because of our situation. Like it's dangerous. He's like, look, I want to fly fighter planes. I don't want to die. I don't want you to die either, son. Actually wants to be a test pilot. And but now he's getting, he's afraid. So he might not get to fly fighter jets unless he buys one. Well, so here's the thing though. I don't know how old you are. How old are you, Shadow? Um the Our military is prioritizing, well, first they kicked a lot of people out who didn't get the jab. Exactly. Exactly. Fuck you too. I love it. Um, it's too dangerous, and they were prioritizing the jab. And then they lost a bunch of people and they tried to get them back. I don't think they came back. Of the hundreds of people they fired, I think only like 35 people came back. Um, and Raging Bull, that's his name. Look it above you. Awesome. I actually got a cybersecurity certificate. And when I went to get an entry level job, they're like, even for an entry level job, you have to have 1 year of experience. I'm like, well, how am I going to get 1 year of experience if I can't get an entry level job? Okay, so now you understand. Thank you. Um, but now it's all about inclusion. So they're prioritizing inclusivity. And now they're just going to draft people because that doesn't work. People who are the alphabet people, they don't want to go and fight for their military. They don't even like our country. You know? What's up, Yusuf? Aw, you deleted your comment. I had my hair in a ponytail all night. Ah. Yeah. So where do you get that 1 year of experience? Because I do have a cybersecurity professional certificate from Google. I don't even know if I want to do it anymore, though. It's interesting, but whatever. Whatever. But yeah, my son now, it's too scary these days because the people going into the military aren't necessarily the people in any position these days, in any position. You don't know if they were hired for experience and expertise or for inclusivity. Hi, Natasha. How are you? Gorilla, what's up? Space Force. Okay. That's what they're there for. What? What are they there for? ITI. The divorce rate in America is so high because we've abandoned our traditional ways of doing things. Yeah, okay. We've abandoned our traditional way of doing things where, um, well, okay, let me go back. Everything that was a stronghold of America has purposefully been destroyed and dismantled by the British, or more specifically, City of London, ever since and before we won our independence. They ain't having it. And there's been a long game. No God in marriage anymore. There's been a long game to destroy this country and take it back. And so what you see now is really the culmination of what they've been doing for a couple hundred years, working on destroying everything that keeps us great. The main thing that makes us great is our youth. The youth of America used to be the scariest thing in the world to any nation because they knew we were going to grow up and be smart and capable and wealthy, and we were going to have a strong military and strong families. Knowing that the family is the stronghold, God and then family is the stronghold of America, they systematically dismantled and destroyed those ideals in our country. And the one that's most visible is the women's lib movement, which piggybacked on the civil rights movement of Black Americans. And that's not why. That's not why. I mean, you can look and say it's because people this and people that. We were purposefully made to behave this way so that our marriages don't work. It was a purposeful destruction. So the first really visible thing you can see is the women's live movement that, like I said, it piggybacked on the civil rights movement. It was funded by the Rockefellers. They knew that if they could get women pissed off about the way they're living, make them think that being a wife and a mother is oppressive. Maybe for some people it is. Go ahead with your bad self and go wear shoulder pads and cut your hair off and have a career. But most women really just want to stay home and take care of the kids. And if you look at Hinduism, for example, in Hinduism, they're in their culture, in the Indian culture, based on Hinduism, the women are, I don't want to say allowed, but they're allowed. It is acceptable in their culture for a woman who's raising a family and taking care of the home to have a side hustle as long as she's still doing a good job at home. And people can think, oh, she's like a slave. No, she loves doing that. Women gain their identities from their families and their children, their home, their husband, their nest, their sanctuary. The women, that's their role, their job. That's what we provide naturally. Men naturally, most men gain their identity and their motivation and their pride in life from the career that allows them to fund all of that operation at home. That's why they're the kings. So that's a good marriage, and that's tradition. Once that tradition was dismantled in the United States and women were burning their bras and using birth control and not wanting to have children, and I'm not saying any of that stuff is bad, but when it runs rampant in our society, and if you want to brainwash someone in our society, you start with the girls. They're the most susceptible to brainwashing. Look at what's going on in our country right now. Why did the Pediatric Society Association have to come out and make a huge statement that they are completely against all the trans stuff that's the medical industry is pushing on these girls mostly right now? Let all that sink in. So I know it. Oh my God. We should go to Patreon. We should all jump over to Patreon. Let's see what have I missed? I didn't know that divorce rates are higher amongst religious believers. I find that I'll need to see some information. We've been brainwashed. The reason why everyone wants to be independently successful is because we've been brainwashed. The idea of family and community is gone. Strong Christian men. You know, those country boys are strong Christian men. Those boys out there with their big pickup trucks and their guns on the gun rack, and those are strong Christian men. Those are Christian men. The beta males in colleges and working at Tesla, those are not strong Christian men. What's AIPEC? I am not knowing. That's odd since I'm retired and my wife works for ophthalmology group. What's odd? She makes way more money than I did. Spent 30 years on the road crew. Yeah, you spent 30 years being a badass man out there working it. Okay? You weren't just sitting home eating bonbons, being a beta male. My guess is you could protect your family. In our society, let's see, I'm a little behind. Let me get caught up. I know if the algorithm hears me. Oh, that makes total sense then, Titan. Um, yeah, if more religious people nowadays are getting married, yeah, not a whole lot of marriages or a whole lot of children going on. We are actually in a population decline, not yet a collapse. But that's why Trump was talking about, look, we need to have another baby boom. We need to incentivize our youth, now our Gen Xers, to have kids. But who would want to have kids in a world like this right now? She went back to work after they were in high school. So she took time off of work to raise the kids. And she's the main breadwinner. Something sounds fishy here. Sounds like I get you worked on a road crew, bro, but what's going on with mama taking time off to raise the kids? She went back to work after they were in high school. I'm glad you were able to retire. That's wonderful. Lots of people your age. I mean, I'm almost 54. Lots of people our ages are still working and there's no end in sight. What time is it? Okay. I have to be out the door at 10 o'clock. I'm out of under eye concealer. I've always had darker circles under my eyes. And they said it was allergies and asthma. I guess that could be true. Anyway. Oh, Jesus. You have a 9 and 11-year-old still? Holy moly. See, I would have totally done that, but I would have wanted to be home. I would not have wanted to work. You guys, I don't function in society well. The only jobs I've ever had. 50 tomorrow. Fuck you too. Happy birthday. Fuck you too. Happy birthday tomorrow. Woo, fuck you too. Happy birthday tomorrow. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Happy birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday. You'll be 50. You're a baby. Well, I'm glad I've got adults on. I usually get South African and Asian kids on their mom's accounts, which I love. I was really thinking about it last night, and I've had people tell me, "You're my favorite YouTuber." I don't know if they're like live streamer. I don't know if they're just full of shit or not. I can't tell, of course, but yeah, you're welcome. Christian, he's only 50 tomorrow. What was I going to say? Oh, so I don't know if they're just, being sarcastic or what, because I don't really get sarcasm, and I don't know if people are being mean to me or nice to me. I just don't know. And but I get these young kiddos on, and I love hanging out with them and talking to them. And I was thinking about last night. Cher, she's like 80. Do you believe in life after love? I can feel something strong enough. I really don't think it's strong here now. Hi, Christina. Christina's going to give us some strawberries. Strawberry. 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 I have no idea what in the fuck I was going to say. Oh, thanks, Christian. So the other day, I went on at night to do a live stream, and there was like all these like Filipino and Indian women on, like just dancing and just sitting in front of the cameras, and they're not really talking or anything. So I was like, really? These are our choices of entertainment? So, oh, that's nice, Raging Bull. Good for you. And so I went on the live stream and I'm like, this is horrendous. I just wanted to come and chill out on someone's live stream, but that's gross. The only other viable candidate would have been this guy from Tokyo, and he was remotely interesting, but whatever. And so I went and did a live stream, and I ended up doing some singing, and everybody loved it. But before I got to check it out and watch it, I accidentally deleted it. That was going to be my first viral video. I just know it. Titan says, I've had some health issues. Mrs. Oh, tell me what's wrong with you. I can fix you. I'm a woman too. Women like to fix things. But I will tell you that, hey, Herb, oy vey, the terror. I will tell you that I used to be very, very sick all the time and broken and unwell. And I have done everything I can to keep myself functioning and mobile and well. So I've got a lot of like rando information about how to just feel better, be well, be younger, and heal rapidly. So if there's something I can help you out with, by all means. But what I was going to say was that I love coming on with the kiddos and chatting and everything. I'm like, I wonder why I like the live chats. Like, what is it that I'm doing? What are we doing here? And what I realize is, you know what? And why are people telling me they like my live? I think it's because I love on you guys. I think that's what it is. I love on you guys, you know? And that's kind of, I realized and decided like that's what I'm here to do. Not only just sort of be me, explore my interests, put up videos about random things. And mostly I do that on my other channel, which I put up earlier, genvnight, if you want to go over there. I usually live stream from there. I might try to do another live stream from my car. I've been trying to do that for like 2 friggin' years, more than that. I'll put it in the comments right now at genvnight is my other channel where I actually kind of I do live streams there too, and I post more videos over there. Okay, so let's see. Strong enough to live without them. Is this a song that I don't know? Strong enough to live without them, strong enough. What song is that? They fix it right out of existence. Darn it, I wish I knew what you were referring to, but okay, let's see. Oh, like okay, fill me in. 4 spinal cord implants, 2 knee constructions, going for a new hip next. Okay. Yeah, construction work will fucking get you. I do have an answer for you. Let me just get to the bottom of this. Don't let me forget. Testosterone boosters. Turtles are really cool. Turtle. Do you know what movie that's from? Turtle. It's one of my favorite movies. If you guys have been around here, you know that comedy is my very favorite genre. That's a movie, and I'll ask you guys all the time, what's that from? Turtle. Dancing. Get a good education and don't destroy your body. Yeah, that's what my mom said one time about one of my sons, my older son. I don't remember exactly what she was saying. She's like, he needs to get a thinking man's job. And that's what that means. Get an education and don't destroy your body. That's a thinking man's job. And that's, when you can get paid to think, basically, and not destroy your body. Yes. Tarot readings. Hmm. Her new album. Cher's new album? I am a master. I'm not I can master of disguise. Very good. Shadow Wolf 5420 knows the answer. Turtle. Good, Titan. I'm glad. I'm a turtle. Am I turtly enough for the Turtle Club? I love that movie. Okay, so Shadow and Raging Bull. You've seen that movie? Have you ever seen? Bye, Evie. Aw, I hope you heard me say goodbye. Um, I love those movies. I love Master of Disguise. Great movie. Have you ever seen the movie Rat Race? If you've never seen Rat Race, it's 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 equally as funny, but funnier actually. In Master of Disguise, you can tell there was a lot of improv, and it was really just silly. That movie was just plain silly, which I love. And he does a good job of pulling it off with all the improv. So, Rat Race, you have 6 Oscar winning or Oscar nominated actors in one movie. Never happened before that. I don't know if it's happened since. But you've got like Whoopi when people still liked her. Cuba Gooding Jr., John Cleese, um, Mr. Bean, um, who else? Fast and Furious. That's not a comedy. That's a Fast and Furious is like a guy flick. I mean, I can watch it. I love to drive. I love that part of it. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yes, there's 6 Oscar winning or nominated actors in Rat Race. What? We grew up on movies, not the internet. Jerk. Where are you calling a jerk? I love it. Oh, the jerk. Okay. The jerk. Sorry, I thought you were calling someone a jerk. I'm like, oh my gosh, what's going on? Drama. The Jerk was funny. Okay, I saw it in the theater when it came out, so you can imagine. I was like 7. Oh, Titan. Aw, excellent. Well, thanks. Come on back then, honey. I try to come on most mornings. I skipped a couple days because my Aunt Flo came to visit. The movie The Jerk. So the part that I remember from that movie the most was what? By Titan. Thank you. I'm glad you guys did. Thank you so much. The part where he's getting all of his stuff, I'm just gonna take this and him and my dog in this chair. Oh, I also like the design he was trying to come up with to keep your glasses from slipping down your nose. So funny. I should rewatch that. I have a really hard time finding movies to watch these days because they're stupid. However, okay, I'm Gen Z. No, I'm Gen Z. Yeah. I'm Gen X. Gen X had we have a very specific type of the dog. We have a very specific type of humor, like the honey badger. If honey badger did stand up, that's Gen X. And I think Gen Z and Gen Alpha, I think they're going to be like us, you guys. Especially for sure Gen Z, maybe Alpha. I think Alpha is going to be like a honey badger on roids. So, millennials, I'm sorry, you guys. I'm sorry. They did it to you. They made you guys so super sensitive to everything that you can't even enjoy comedy anymore. And I'm not saying everybody, I'm saying, you know who I'm talking about. Can't even enjoy comedy. Oh, Raw. Oh my gosh. Remember that video? Like he's wearing all red leather. He's like, baby, why'd you put your dick in the sink? That's nasty, baby. Something wrong with you? Baby, why'd you put your dick in the sink? Where is he now? Was he at did he freak offs? I hope not. He was also, oh, hey, Gigi. Gail Pet's here, everybody. Say hi to Gigi, everybody. Gail Pet, she's here. She's a boomer. The ones that make it, yeah, right? That was a good one. The 90s. The 90s, I think the 90s we had basically arrived and we just had to like work out the kinks that were left over, right? But I think we really, in the 90s, we got to a point where people were coming together right now. Yes. 90s were good. You were born in 93? What would that be like? Oh my God, how weird. I put some serum on my hair, and I think it made my scalp itchy, and then I put it in a braid, and I think I need to condition my hair and soak in the tub. The 90s was when anyone could make fun of anyone else and nobody canceled anybody. No one got offended. You laughed at that shit. I don't care who you were. You graduated, okay, in 93. I graduated in 87. I mean, technically 88. I finished in 87, but my class didn't graduate till 88. So I guess I graduated in 88. Yeah. But, you know, you had, I don't know. I mean, there's an argument either way, but I really think that in general, society, and even today, um, yo mama in the 90s, no one cared when you said a lot of things in the 90s, you know? No one cared. And no one cared if you dressed up for Pocahontas for Halloween. And the thing is that even these days, the people that scream about, wait, that scream about cultural appropriation, usually they're not even from that culture. And if they are screaming about cultural appropriation, they're like young women do that. Nobody else does that. And when you go and ask actual natives, they don't care if you dress up like Pocahontas. If you ask African natives, they don't care if you wear African garb. It's only the American females of any given culture. They're like, you can't do that. Okay, then stop wearing straight blonde hair. You're appropriating big titty bitch culture. You're appropriating Karen culture when you make your hair straight and blonde. Okay, let's see. The 70s was the best. No shirt, no shoes, no service. Is that because people were walking around no shirt and no shoes? See, we were getting there. That was close. If everybody was living in accordance with nature, what we've got to do is understand that the conservative side of life is like the parents and grandparents, while the liberal progressive side is like the babies, toddlers, kids, teenagers, young adults. They've got all these great ideas, and their ideas are important, and they're still young and connected to nature and all of that. But what they don't understand is those things have already been done, been tried, and now we've kind of moved on from that into the next level. But the only people that know that would be older people, and they get what you're trying to do, and they understand where it's good and where it's going to be not good. So we've all got to look to one another. The older set needs to look to the younger set to see what are still the important ideas that need to still be worked on and addressed. And the younger set is like, here's our ideas now. You're older and wiser. How can we implement these and still maintain the structure of our country, our sovereignty, and our sovereignty as families and communities? And, that's why, and this is controversial, but I got a lot of guys on. That's why Roe v. Wade, going back to the states, is important. You don't want to have big government telling 30 million people what to do or 300 million people what to do. It's 300 million. You want to have each state. Pick your state. Where do you want to live? Which state has the laws that you need in your life? If you live in Texas and you plan to use abortion as birth control, you're probably going to need to move to California for that. So there's a lot of things that shouldn't be federally regulated. It should be up to the states or the towns. It should really be up to individuals, right? We wouldn't need laws if people would just live in accordance with something. I don't know. Weed is legal pretty much everywhere, isn't it? Checking the beeper. Oh my God, the beeper. Yeah, it wasn't a big feeling of bullshit back in the am I allowed to say that? Of BS back then, although it probably was. Now they're starting to reveal things about Nixon that he actually was a really good president and really brilliant, and, he was a victim of the deep state. Fist fight and not get into an arrest. You know, I karate chopped a kid when I was in the 2nd grade, and it made his nose bleed. I karate chopped him right here, it made his nose bleed. I didn't get in trouble. The teacher asked me why I did that, and I told her why, and she's like, "Oh, don't do that again, okay?" It was David. He was our mailman's grandson. Gigi, what was the name of our mailman back there on Acres in the 70s? Mr. McFeely. Remember him from Mr. Rogers? Why would Mr. Rogers have a mailman or milkman named Mr. McFeely? Right? Have to go home. The laws are great in Florida. Where are you in Florida, darling? Not in Georgia. Is it really, really hot there, you guys? Must be. Mr. Kramer. So David Kramer was my schoolmate, and I karate chopped him, and I felt horrible. Oh my god, I felt horrible. I remember every time I did something like that to people. I mean, it was literally like 3 times in my childhood that I can remember that I was abusive, and it haunts me to this day. It's Africa hot, like dry in Florida. Hi, Sipu Sunshine, Sunshine, Sipu Sunshine. Hello, girl. Yeah, but you know what? Like, do you go? Oh, humid hot. Is Africa humid? I mean, the Serengeti looks kind of dry to me. You're in Cape Coral. I karate chopped him, and then at some point, there was Pat Rogers was the tallest kid in school. He was taller than the teachers by the 5th grade, I think. And um, hey, Sipu, I'm good. Uh, we were out on the playground one time, and I don't remember how it happened. And it was the middle of winter. We're way out on the playground, and it was like me and a couple girls, and then him and a couple boys. And somehow, like, I don't know what happened. I don't know if someone, I don't know. I don't remember. All I remember is I did something and threw him on the ground. Do you know that? And then I threw it on the ground. And then I threw it on the ground. What's that from? USA, Sipu. So, and then another time, we're getting on the bus to come home, and the girl who basically ended up being my best friend through childhood and adulthood, early adulthood, she was sitting in a bus seat on against the aisle by herself, and there's seats there, and we need to sit down. And I'm like, move over, let me sit down. I think, no. I'm like, move over, and let me sit down. She's like, no. And so I just jumped on top of her and sat on her, and I hurt her, her arm or so. She was like, oh. She was like a little petite flower, and I wasn't. I was a rowdy gymnast dancer type, and throwing a cake on the ground. Yes. Sipu, chill out. Okay. We're having a conversation here, honey. It's not all about you. It's all about me. Okay. So Yeah, honey, you are country. I'm a little bit country. I'm a little bit rock and roll. So those are 3 times I remember doing things like that that made me feel really bad. Now in the 8th grade, in the 8th grade, Sipu, I love you. You're texting too frequently, so I'm gonna have to put you on a timeout. You're gonna have a 5-minute timeout, okay? You need to slow your roll. So I threw Pat Rogers on the ground. I karate chopped David Kramer. I sat on my girlfriend Corey really hard. Oh, so then in 8th grade, we had an 8th grade dance. And, you know, when you go from elementary and you have one set of friends, and then you go to junior high school, you don't have the same set of friends necessarily. And you get these cliques that start to form. So people I'd been friends with in elementary, I wasn't necessarily friends with anymore in junior high school. I guess we didn't ride the same buses. We weren't in the same classes necessarily, didn't live in the same neighborhoods. So this one girl named Kirsten Matiniak, we were at this dance, and I used to be her friend. She invited me to her birthday party. I took a gift when we were in elementary school. It was probably a stupid gift, but whatever. So then here we are now in 8th grade, and I'm here with my friend Corey, who years later I jumped on and sat and hurt her. And I look over and Kirsten Matiniak is making fun of my girlfriend Corey at the dance and the way she's dancing. So I'm like, and she comes up to me, she's like, "What's your problem? Why are you glaring at me?" or something like that, right? And I'm like, "Stop making fun of my friend." She's like, "Da, da, da, da. And I shoved her and she fell down. I was like, I didn't get in trouble though. Remember, this was like 83 or 4, 83, something like that. And that's the first time I stuck up for myself and a friend of mine that I can think of. And then I moved away and went to high school in a big city with a big high school, and there weren't bullies that I was aware of. Everybody was just doing their thing. And I became a gymnast, and I became strong, and I became more confident. And then I moved back to that same town with those same stupid people and finished high school there. And don't you know it? They're all acting like the same stupid people and the same stupid bullies. Oh, yeah, about that thing. So I pushed Kirsten Matiniak, and the next Monday, I've already told this story on another live stream, but I don't think. I know. Look, any girl that has an older sister knows how to fight. Yeah, that's for sure. I remember when I eclipsed my sister, I became bigger and stronger, and she could no longer basically beat me up. And I gave her a choice. Like, it stops here or it doesn't. And it did. It stopped there, physically anyway. She did when we were in our 30s. When I was like 36, she challenged me to a brawl in her front yard. I was like, really? But there's a dog fight. Not really, I'm kidding. There's my dogs. So the next Monday, the bully of the school came up to me and is like, "I heard you pushed Kirsten Matiniak." Like she's going to do something to me. I'm like, yeah. She was bullying my friend. She's making fun of my friend. She's like, "Oh, yeah, I guess I would have done the same thing." So whatever. Yeah, my little boy, when he was little, how old was he? Maybe 7 or 8. He had this little tiny pocket knife nail file thing. The knife was literally this long. That's maybe an inch. And we used to go to these homeschool group meetup things. And it was the same group of people, but there was this one lady and her kids, and they were just something wrong with them. And they were always trying to like take my kids aside and whisper and like, and I'd ask my kids, like, what were you guys talking about? He's like, well, he's trying to tell me to not talk to the other kids and like just really weird, divisive social stuff. And the mom came from another country when she was very young. And I know by my research into different cultures and everything, she was from a community that's considered very, very, very poor. They're called the untouchables. She was an untouchable. And so she came to America so that she could be a not an untouchable. But you still have the mentality. And when you're socially oppressed, you're in a caste system, your brains develop for survival. Okay? But she brings this into an environment where it's just like kids are supposed to be having fun, not like plotting and scheming and everything. So I'm like, that's weird. Well, she and her kids, I guess, got the idea that I was on to them. And so they were doing everything they could to take me and my kids out. Anyway, so we go to the park day one time, and Joey had this little itty bitty pocket knife, and they're over off playing, and these three older kids had water guns like super soakers, and they're just soaking him and soaking him. And so he pulls out his little knife, and I didn't know any of this happened. All I know is he came back to the blanket, and he's just laying on my lap. Minutes later, these three boys, like they went and made a plan. These three boys come running. He's got a knife. He's got a knife. And everybody's like, what? Who? They're looking around for some crazed stabber. And it was the boy. It was her boy that orchestrated this whole thing. And then she was like ready for it. And she'd brought a whole group of other moms that nobody knew. It was like kind of a closed group. She brings all these other moms, and they're sitting close but on another blanket. And so then she, KK, bye. Bye-bye. So the other mothers were like, what the hell's going on, And I should have picked up the knife because she's like, oh my God, he's got a knife. I should have said this knife. But I told him not to bring it to the park. I'm like, Joey, I told you not to bring that to the park. And so it just kind of made it worse. And life went on, right? She called the cops. When I told the other moms that she called the cops, that was the end of that homeschool group. They were so mad at her. They're like, the point of this homeschool group was so that kids could feel safe and blah, 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 blah. And they weren't mad at me about this little pocket knife or anything like that. And the cop was like, this is stupid, right? Thank you. Fuck you too. And so everybody kind of split up. And it's interesting because I was the one single mom at that time. And now like most of the other moms are divorced now. And I know they were judging me. I was the one single mom, the homeschool mom that didn't have a breadwinner. It was really challenging. And it was Gigi actually, who's here, who helped me kind of get up to speed with this homeschool group, because when you're a homeschooler, usually you have a breadwinning dad and a new car. And all these homeschoolers were going on field trips, and they're going here and going there with their kids. And we can't go because I've got a 30-year-old one-wheel drive Mercedes, and I live on a mountaintop. So I could chance it, and I did a lot. But finally, Gigi helped me get a new car, and I started a car service business, and I was then able to take my car, and that's Gail Pett is Gigi, just so you guys know. And so I was able to actually get with the program and, include my kids in some of these things, although a lot of that shit is still really expensive. So, being a single mom, there's a lot of stuff your kids don't get to do. Yeah, you know what? I hear a lot of my my chatters say that the other live streamers like don't engage or talk to them. Okay, I mean, I guess we're just supposed to sit there and watch, which is fine. Oops. Sometimes I guess you just want to sit there and watch, but like the other day when I was going on live streams, It was really boring. Let's see. Been homeschooling from second grade to graduation with a GED because my adopted folks beat me. That's how you hid it. Oh, being homeschooled, nobody knew what was going on. That's awful. I am so, so sorry. Just because someone is an adoptive parent doesn't mean they're a better parent than anybody else. I mean, I was running my own show. The economy, it's been 2 years ago. I think it was 2 years ago, St. Patrick's Day, business just fell off. And then it'll pick up a little bit in the summer and it'll pick up a lot in the wintertime. And then St. Patrick's Day, it just falls off. So I actually do have a ride today that I booked last night because, it's 4th of July weekend and so people are flying in, but it slowed down so much. And you guys might not be aware, but my other channel, I started because I'm on the autistic spectrum, one of those high functioning gals or low support needs. When they say low support needs, it means I can wipe my own butt and feed myself. I mean, it doesn't mean I'll remember to eat, but it means I can chew and swallow. I can aim and get food into my mouth and chew and swallow it. But I don't function well in society. I don't function well in groups of people like jobs. And for a variety of reasons. So knowing that, first of all, I didn't even learn that till I was 45 years old, but learning all the ways that like, oh, you mean that's autism and all these aspects about myself that I was just like thought was part of me is actually an autistic symptom. So then I was able to back up and look at it and hi viral videos. I'm great, darling. I was able to back up and look at the situation and be like, okay, these things I might be able to fix. Well, mostly the way I fix it is now I just isolate. I don't try to go out and talk to people. The last time I tried to talk to people in public was a year and a half ago. No, it was about a year ago, a little over a year ago in baseball season. And I got there early to one of my son's games, and there's two parents, a mom and a dad of someone, two separate families, right? A mom from someone and a dad from some player. And they're talking right behind me, and I'm sitting there by myself. And so at some point, I turn around and make a comment. Hey, blah, blah, blah. And it was like the record screech thing and the deer in headlights stare. Like, who the hell are you and what the hell are you talking about? That's a common experience for people on the spectrum. And so I just like, forget it. Forget it. So I started my other channel, genvnight, thinking maybe I'll make autistic content. Maybe I'll find my people. There's other creators and I can go to their live streams and all this stuff. And I started out as Tales from the Spectrum. So people knew what it was, right? Yeah, shadow, it happens, right? All the time. It's like, oh, right. So then I go on this one live stream and I've been on like a few times, right? I'm the expression queen. And then the dude calls me out. Like I just want to come and hang out with my people in the live stream. Well, he calls me out. Hey, I've been to your channel, and it just so happened to be a video that he did called That's Not a Mic, This is a Mic. I used to do my channel with my wired mic holding it. And then I got this. So he was commenting on the fact that I would hold my mic, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I went to your channel." And then he's like, "Oh yeah, she does." And he's like going on and on and on and on and on, and I'm like, "Okay." And I didn't ask him to go to my channel. I didn't want him to go to my channel and then talk shit. And then he's like, telling the people in the chat, well, if you want to go to a really cool channel, go to this other channel where this lady does this and this and that and the other thing. And then I've been, these other two YouTubers that I like, these other two autistic YouTube females, they're my friends, and I taught them how to use real microphones and blah, blah, blah. Well, he was a professional DJ, a radio guy back in the day. So he's like got a studio set up in a really bright lighting and loud microphone, and he's talking all about his microphone. And then he starts going into this whole rant about some other whatever. And I'm like, I didn't ask you to do that. I have professional setup. I have it. I've made digital courses with proper lighting, proper microphone, the whole thing. But that's not how I roll, G. So you can come to my channel. If you don't like it, just go away. You don't need to tell everybody that you hate it. But then, I went on and I'm like making content and I'm like expressing my special interests. Hi. Okay. John, it's really John O, isn't it? I've been saying it wrong all this time. So I have more conversations with my younger son, Joey. He and I are a lot alike. So like Gigi, who's on here, and me and Joey, we're a lot alike. We're like cut from the same fabric. My older son, I don't really have many conversations with him anymore because he's all like involved in his own thing, and we're very different people, although I love him so much, of course. It's different. So here's the thing about my expressions. Yeah, it was really weird that he did that. And so after I went on there like maybe one more time or something like that, and then I'm like, you know what? I don't like him. I don't like his personality, and I'm allowed not to like his personality. I wasn't like I had to really think about how I felt about what he did and said. But then I realized it's bigger than that. I just don't like his personality, so I unsubscribed. I'm allowed to do that. So then I go to another live streamer who I do like, and I'm in Nevada. And I go there, and I mean, I don't know if all these people are talking to each other. It just so happened that when I came on, he started talking about unsubscribing. And this was a totally different streamer, right? And I really like him. His name is Autistic AF. And his name is Mike, Autistic AF. He's really cool. So I go on there and he starts talking about how as a streamer, the mods and they can see like who unsubscribes and stuff like that. And he's like, don't unsubscribe. Just don't unsubscribe. Don't do that. And I said in the chat, I'm like, yeah, I will unsubscribe from a creator if they're not a fit for me. And that's all I said. And then I left. So that was a few weeks ago. And now, like, I've realized I've made some different type of content. Like, I dabbled for a couple of days in the trial. You know how some people sit around and watch trials? And then I realized I can't sit there that long. I'm not doing that. I can't do that. And some other stuff. And I realized this channel is really more about just me and my life and my special interests. This channel is kind of like more about my dogs and stuff. The other channel was intended to be more about me. I accidentally posted a video about myself here though, and it got more views. So I'm like, well, okay, I'll do some here, and then most of them I'll do there. Thank you. But I decided on my other channel just to change it to my name and just do whatever I want. I didn't want to focus on autistic content. I didn't want people coming there thinking that they're going to get a bunch of autistic content because I decided I don't really like creating it. I do make some still. But so then I just change it to my name. And that feels better for me. So the thing about my expressions, when I was a little girl, I had a full-length mirror on my door. And I would stand in front of that full-length mirror and literally make faces at myself. I'd stand like close to it too. And I guess they just stuck. And you know how they say if you do that long enough, your face will stick that way? It's true. And I've got 6% on my phone. And it's fun because when you move the door, your reflection moves. So you can move your door like this. And I'd get really close to the mirror and try to look in each of my eyes. Like this eye look in that eye, and this eye look in that eye. And I came close a couple times. But what I realized and what I think happens if you lock eyes with yourself like that, I think you'll go insane. I think you'll be stuck there. So once I did that, I was like, well, I'm never doing that again. Mirrors are completely unnatural. I don't think we're really supposed to look in mirrors. Thank you, Shadow. I appreciate that. I was feeling kind of funky last week. My energy just went down, and I'm like, it could be Aunt Flo coming, but it just didn't. It's hard to tell. I mean, I've been really regular, but then I'll have like 1 or 2 skipped or late periods a year, and that's been my whole life. But now that I'm older, I keep thinking maybe I'm gonna quit. I not keep not quitting, and Aunt Flo keeps visiting. Anyway, so that's how my face got this way. You guys, and I didn't even know I did that. I had no idea that I was like this. Oh, thank you, JJ Smith. I really appreciate that, darling. Oh, I'm glad. Fuck you too. I'm Flo. Yeah. Hi. Your Aunt Flo's here. And she's a bitch. What is that was weird. I saw that reflection and I'm like, I thought the camera was moving. Have you ever seen The Wedding Singer? In The Wedding Singer, remember his rock and roll girlfriend wants to leave him because he's a wedding singer. He didn't turn into a rock star. He's turned into a wedding singer, Adam Sandler. And she shows up again at the house after they broke up, right? And she like broke off the wedding. Maybe she even jilted him on the altar. I'm not really sure. I don't remember. And then the little preschooler comes out when she's there, the guy's nephew. Does anybody remember this? And I don't remember what her name was. Let's just say her name was Karen. It's like, Karen, you a bitch. I know it doesn't sound funny when I do it, but if you watch the movie, yeah, it's funny. Really, any Happy Madison film is funny. Anything by Adam Sandler. I think my favorite one is 50 First Dates because I can relate to the Drew Barrymore character where I mean if you haven't seen it, I don't want to spoil it for you. It's 9:37. Okay. I should probably Are you nervous? Come up and see me. He gets nervous when I he gets nervous when I make those noises. You want to say hi to everybody? Can you say hi? Say I love you. Can you say that? Say I love you. Can you do that? Say whoa whoa whoa. Yeah, my boy. I love you. Is there anything else you want to say? He's got a half a blue eye. Can you tell? You're the good boy. He's probably read to go OUT. I already took him OUT. Did I feed him already? Did I already feed you? I don't think so. Watch this. Did I feed you? Did you already eat? Are you hungry? Can you go push the button? He doesn't like to push the button because he knows he can talk. Are you trying to go out or are you trying to eat? Huh? Oh, you're out of water. He's going to push that button. Push it. Push it. Okay, can you push the button? He doesn't like to. Okay, all right, I hear you. All right, my dirty countertop. When you have teens that you want to do the dishes, Gigi, just don't. I let them load the dishwasher any way they want, so it shouldn't be an issue. It shouldn't be an issue. When you let them load the dishwasher any way they want to load it, they should load it. Now, if you have a method and you stand over them and you're like, oopsie, that doesn't go that way. Oopsie, that doesn't go that way. They're not going to load it. Let me feed the doggies. Oh! Oh, jeez. Hi. I hate feeding them this kibble. But, oh my God. That bag didn't close. I'm sorry if that's loud. I hate feeding them kibble. Hey, Trinity. How are you, gorgeous? I do remember you, honey. What, Gigi? What? Brace. Oh, okay. What has happened? Oh, rolling. I couldn't tell what expression that was. I had to look at my monitor. Yeah, see, because here, see, people, here's the thing. Gigi, Gail Pet, she likes her dishwasher loaded very specifically, in a very specific way. I don't care. If the dishes don't get clean, guess who gets to deal with it? The kids that loaded it. They'll learn that if they don't want, it's a one touch thing. If you want to touch it twice and wash it twice, then keep loading it crappy. So the last time it got loaded, he was like, how can I load it so everything gets clean? Thank you for asking. And I just had to explain, how the dishwasher works. Like the water just has to be able to get on stuff. So if you've got 2 plates or 2 spoons or something blocking the water, it's not going to work. The other thing is, do you know those, like all the things that stick up like that you put your plates in? Those bend. So you can bend them back and forth to hold things in different ways. And so that's another thing. You can load it a bunch of different ways. I don't care how it gets loaded. It's like the difference between being an employee and being an independent contractor. An employee, you can tell them exactly how you want something done step by step by step, and they have to do it that way or you can fire them. A contractor knows what you want done, but you can't tell them how to do it, when to do it, where to do it. They are a contractor. You can't tell them what to do, just that you want this done. And then they do it the way they do it. And that's kind of my approach, That's my approach. Who's giving me hearts? I wish I could see. Here's some things I would like YouTube to change about the live streams. I want to see who's giving hearts and smiley faces and stuff. And I want to be able to like other commenters' comments. We shouldn't have to be like, put their name and be like, yes, because they don't even know what you're talking about at that point. Why not just make it so that we can like a comment? So you were a contractor, but he treated you like an employee? Tree removal. That's quite a job. Thank you for all the hearts, whoever is doing that. What do you want, Shadow? What do you want? I know what you want. Well, my battery's about to die. Shadow's got to, pinch a loaf. So I'm going to have to let you guys go. Plus, I have to pee. Fishing boats. That sounds kind of fun. So am I right? It's Jono? Because I was calling you Jonna for a while, and I'm sorry. That was stupid because that's an O, not an A. Love you, Shadow Wolf. Thank you. Come back tomorrow. I'll probably be on tomorrow. But do go over who's being crude. Go over to at genvnight. That is my other channel. Jonathan. Jonna. That would have been helpful to